Good morning, everyone. Thank you for joining. This is Sunil. I am your trainer for DevOps with AWS course. Can you hear me? Please confirm.
Yes, Sunil, you're audible.
Thank you very much. Thank you very much. Thank you for joining this session. Before starting this course, I just want to give my introduction first. Okay. And then I want the introduction of each and every participant. I need your previous experience. Okay. I just need your previous experience and the reason why you're planning to learn DevOps. So quickly, everyone can complete their introduction in just 1 minute. Okay. So that we'll again start into our lecture. So I have total 10 years of experience in the IT industry. First 3 years of experience, I worked on Oracle platform. I worked in Oracle applications platform as a technical consultant for a period of 3 years, and later I have moved to DevOps and AWS. Okay, so last 7 years I'm working on DevOps and AWS background. I am from Hyderabad. So this is my quick background. Okay, and I need your experience, your background. So starting with Aarti. Can you hear me, Aarti? Please confirm. And can we have your quick introduction, please?
Yes, sir. I can. Good morning. Can you hear me?
Yes, we can hear you, Aarti. Please proceed.
Good morning, sir. My name is Ratan. I'm doing job in HDFC Bank and in license management. I wanted to include Java because I find that in HDFC it's a good future for me and also in the outer sides. That's right.
Sorry, your voice was not clear. You're working in
HDFC Bank, sir.
HDFC Bank. Okay, so
yeah.
As a DevOps consultant or
no, sir. In license management, software license management.
Okay.
Yeah.
Now you want to also get.
I find very good features in DevOps because in HDFC they just providing the platform to do these things. So that's
good. Okay.
Okay.
You're from which city?
Mumbai.
Okay. Thank you, Aarti. Gaurav, can you hear us? Can we have your introduction?
Yeah, Sunil. Hi, everyone. My name is Gaurav, and I'm working for Samsung, close to about 18 years of experience. And we are already using DevOps for the last several years in our organization. So today I'm here for my, information, Sunil. If there's something more that I can gather from this training, from your knowledge, so more or less I'm.
Okay. So Gaurav, you already are working in DevOps platform. So may I know which tools you frequently?
We are using. So we are using for CI/CD. We are using Jenkins. We are using Ansible. We are using Terraform for the infrastructure deployment. And more or less, these are the tools that we are using. We are on the AWS cloud. Plus, we are also on Azure and Google as well.
Perfect. So now you want to increase your skill set so that you will have more exposure towards the.
Yes. So today's training,
right?
If you can also reinforce if there are any new practices that have come out of in this field since you have been in this education field for some time, any recent developments if you can talk about.
Okay, Gaurav. I hope you will definitely enjoy this training. Okay, thank you. Anirudh, can I have your quick background, your experience, please?
Hey everyone, Anirudh here. I'm working as a software engineer right now with a startup in Bangalore. And I'm pretty new to the DevOps field. I know how it works on a theoretical level. Like I know how the CI/CD pipelines work. We are using Jenkins for that, and we were using AWS related tools like code commit, code deploy, code build, everything. But now I want to learn everything in detail so that I know what I'm doing. I know what I'm using.
Okay, so rather than having bits and pieces from one resource or other, you want to have from the scratch complete cycle. Is it?
Correct. Correct.
Okay.
Yes.
So you are also currently working in DevOps platform?
No. I'm actually a software engineer. I work as a developer there.
Which platform?
So, Java.
Java. Okay.
I've been working with different platforms, but as of now, it is Java.
Okay. Thank you, Anirudh.
No problem, man.
Manish,
Thanks.
Manish, you are from my AWS team, am I right?
Yes.
Okay, Manish. Yeah. Okay. Thank you for joining. Nitin, can we have your introduction? Can you hear me, Nitin? By default, you'll be on mute. So could you please unmute? And yes.
Hello, good morning, sir.
Yes.
Actually, I used to work for care hospitals for 2 years. Right now, due to Corona, I'm staying at home. So I'm at the entry level. I used to work as a network and hardware and network engineer in care hospitals. So I'm trying to move forward with some other course like AWS and DEVOPS to improve myself. That's it.
Okay. You're from which city?
I'm from actually right now I'm in Khammam, my hometown. I used to stay Hyderabad.
Okay.
I
Okay, Nitin.
I have learned this. I'm a student from Jet King actually.
Okay, got it, Nitin.
Yes.
Okay,
Okay.
thank you. Ramya, thank you for joining. Can I have your introduction?
Yeah, hi Sunil. This is Ramya. Is my voice audible?
Yes, we can hear you clearly.
Yeah, I am currently working in TCS. I have around 5+ years of experience. Initially, I worked on DevOps, CI/CD pipeline. Then I moved to development for around 2 years. Now I'm working on shell scripting. Why I have joined this course is I want exposure on DevOps on AWS platform, and I have only few tools known in DevOps such as Maven, Git, Jenkins. So I'm concentrating more on Ansible, Docker, Kubernetes.
Perfect, Ramya. So you said you have 2 years of experience on DevOps, isn't it? Earlier. So on which
Yeah.
platform you have on DevOps? Is it on AWS?
No, normal Linux server.
Okay.
Windows and Linux.
On-premises infrastructure.
Huh.
Okay, Ramya. So definitely, so you are more exposed towards the development part of DevOps, but operations side you should have an exposure so that you'll have a complete full exposure. Okay, your skill sets will be completely suited to DevOps exposure. Okay, thank you, Ramya. Ravi, can you hear us? I think you are offline. Redappa, can I have your quick experience, please?
Yeah, hi Sunil. Hi everyone. Good morning, everybody. Actually, my name is Ratan. I'm having 7 years of experience as a middleware administrator.
Middleware in the sense, is
Current,
it WebSphere
yeah, it's
or
a
Logic?
WebLogic and WebSphere Apache.
Okay.
Yeah. So I need to upgrade my skills that's why I joined this call.
Especially operations team, it's high time to improve their skill sets. Okay, so
Yeah.
that's good, Redappa. Thank you. Okay, hope
Yeah.
you'll
Thank
enjoy
you
this
very much.
training. Ravi,
Yeah.
thank you for being online. Can I have your quick introduction, Ravi?
Yes, Sunil.
We can hear you.
Yes. Yeah, myself Ravi Kumar. I've been into IT industry 3 years around. I worked as a like DevOps with using like Linux, shell scripting, and also using like GitHub for the code version management. So from this course, I want to learn like Docker, Kubernetes, and Ansible,
Okay.
Terraform. This thing.
Okay. So many are more focused towards the Ansible, Docker, how exactly infrastructure can be managed. Okay, Ravi. Thank you for your introduction. Rohan.
Yeah,
Yes,
good
Rohan.
morning, sir.
Good morning.
Actually, I'm Rohan Jagtap. I'm working as an associate engineer with
Working as?
Cybertech Systems and Software Limited.
Working as?
I have been working around 4 years as a support representative at Solapur location, and I have joined DevOps to increase my technical skills regarding this cloud and DevOps.
Okay. Okay, Rohan. Thank you.
Yes. Yes.
Shubham Avasti.
Hey, hi all. Good morning. This is Shubham from Jaipur, and I work for United Health Group Hyderabad as a team lead in call center routing software area. So basically, we have our own product, and we are just trying to integrate these new products with the DevOps like Jenkins and the GitHub. So that's why I have joined this course.
Okay, that will help you in your current day-to-day job.
Yep.
Okay, Shubham. Thank you. Sonu. Thank you, Sonu.
Hello everyone. Myself Sunil. Currently, I'm working with the LTI as a Unix administrator. I have 4 years plus experience. Just I want to expose myself, so I just came here to join.
Do you know AWS, Sonu?
Oh no, not so much. Just
Okay.
some few basic things I know.
Okay. Okay, Sonu. Thank you.
Thank you.
Subham Saho, can you hear us? Could you please introduce yourself?
Hi Sunil, good morning. This is Subodh from Pune. I am working in Sears Holding India. I am a Java developer. In last 6 months, I have completed AWS certification.
Very good.
I know, I know Git and Maven as I am working as a developer. But I
Okay.
want to know how it works behind the scene and
Automation.
how the Docker and Kubernetes work in the
Okay.
AWS or
Okay.
cloud platform. So that's why I joined.
You have exposure till Git and Maven. That means you know how to manage the source code and build an artifact. That's it. From there, you need to move ahead. Okay,
That's
at the site.
that's I know.
There comes the part of the Jenkins. Okay, so definitely you'll enjoy Saho. Okay, thank you for joining. And you said you have certified in AWS. So have you prepared yourself, or you have depended on a course?
Yeah, I have prepared myself only. I
Very
go
good.
through the documents and
Okay.
I have gone through my friends' help because they know better. They are the infrastructure.
Okay. Okay, Saho. Thank you. Virendra Kumar, can you hear us? Can you please introduce yourself? Okay, so Virendra is offline. Venkat Yadav, can you hear us?
Hi Sunil, can you hear me?
Yes, I can hear you.
Yeah, hi Sunil. This is Venkat. Good morning, everyone. I'm a mechanical engineer. I have total 5+ years of experience. I want to start my career in IT industry. I just want to. So this during this lockdown, I got a chance to learn all the Linux commands. So I got interest in that. So I just want to start my career in IT industry.
Okay, so you want to completely shift your career to IT industry, software industry.
Yes,
Okay.
yes,
And you
exactly.
already had some exposure on Linux. Okay.
Yeah, Linux, and also I created an account in AWS. I started using EC2 instances.
Very good. Okay, so you are also depending on any trainer, or you're doing it by yourself, learning AWS?
Yeah, only myself, Durga soft videos in YouTube.
Okay, very good. Okay, nice.
Okay.
Thank you. So definitely you're hope you need to have put on a lot of effort. Unlike other participants, you're completely from mechanical background, so you need to have
Yeah,
more
yes,
hard work. Okay.
yes, yeah.
Don't worry, every session is recorded, as you know, and every example will be clear, so you'll enjoy this trip.
Thank you, thank you.
Thank you. Vashishta Visheshika.
Yeah, hi. I'm working as a cloud engineer in Canada. So already AWS certified. So my job right now it's more towards getting the data in S3 bucket and doing the IAM regard the providing the user the rights, the regulations for everyone who is already in the organization. But my company has introduced right now the DevOps team, and they want me to push and learn more in depth. But I'm aware of and doing few months with Jenkins, but I want to learn in more depth.
A good
Docker,
opportunity, Visheshika.
Kubernetes, and
So you will be pushed to DevOps platform. So it's a good opportunity for you because DevOps is going good in the market right now. One of the best technologies to learn right now. Okay. 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 Thank you. So understanding introduction of the participants is very, very important. So I'll understand your level of experience so that that makes me comfortable providing the training. Any more participants have missed introduction? I think Patnaik, thank you for joining. Can I have your quick experience, please? One minute, please. 1 minute, please. I'm back. Any participants, did I miss the introduction? If any participants wants to provide the introduction under expectations from the training. Okay, let's proceed. So this training I'll keep in such a way that all the participants can be easily understand the concepts of DevOps with AWS. Okay, the agenda of this training is very simple. Understanding what do you mean by DevOps. Okay, what do you mean by DevOps? What is the objective? Why companies are implementing DevOps in their software development lifecycle? So participants who already have exposure on DevOps, maybe this will be some not new for them, but it's always good to know more about the actual theory behind the concept of DevOps. Okay, and then we'll also have every few minutes, once I have done my lecture, I'll be giving a break to explain, to provide you the questions and answers. Okay, so let's proceed without waiting time. So without delay, let's proceed with the concept of DevOps. To understand the concept of DevOps, okay, so first we should understand SDLC. So DevOps is based on SDLC, software development lifecycle. So first we should understand this SDLC, then we'll understand the concept of DevOps. Any questions, you can stop me, you can interrupt me, not a problem. Feel free to unmute yourself and raise your questions. Okay, so as I said, before understanding DevOps, let's understand SDLC, software development lifecycle. It's nothing but a step-by-step approach, a professional approach to deliver a particular software. SDLC is nothing but a step-by-step approach which needs to be followed by the development team, by a software company to deliver the project to the client. For example, to make it simplified, let's try to have a scenario. Let's say ICICI Bank is a client. They need a web application. They need a simple web application to perform online banking. We all have bank accounts, right? We log into our ICICI website, log in internet banking, and then we can create fixed deposits, we can perform online transfer, we can pay our taxes, we can do a lot, we can apply for loans. So ICICI Bank is a client. They need a web application. Okay, they need a web application to their customers. So generally what the client will do, the client will approach IT companies, software companies like Infosys or Wipro, whatever it is, isn't it? So clients approach to IT companies saying that they give the requirements. As usual, IT companies like Infosys take the requirements and deliver the project to the client. Am I right? That's how it happens actually. 1 minute, please. Venkat, I think you're from mechanical background. Am I right? Are you the same person? Same scenario you can relate, I think so. Venkat, isn't this a client comes to the what do you say, the construction company saying that they need so and so towers and so on. So we take the requirements and deliver it. Same thing. You can visualize like this. So when software companies takes the requirement, they cannot deliver the project in an ad hoc manner. They need to follow some principles. They need to follow some guidelines in process of developing a particular project or a product. That step-by-step approach, a professional approach of delivering a project or a product, is called as SDLC, stands for software development lifecycle. A professional approach of delivering a project, developing a project or a product and deliver it to a client, a step-by-step professional approach is called as SDLC, software development lifecycle. Okay, so in SDLC, coming back to SDLC, there are two important models. There are two popular models, in fact. I want to discuss. There are many models in which software can be developed. There are many models in which software can be developed. But I want to discuss two important models in this session. The one is waterfall model, the other one is agile model. You can develop the software in different models, different approaches. We have waterfall model, we have agile model, there is a spiral model, V model. There are different models in which we can develop the product and deliver it to the client. But I don't want to discuss all the models, but to understand this SDLC, I want to have a discussion about two important models. One is waterfall model and agile model. Agile model is important, especially for our DevOps course. So let's discuss about the waterfall model. How exactly software will be developed using waterfall model. Let's have a quick discussion on a high level. After completing waterfall model is suffering with some disadvantages. Waterfall model is facing some disadvantages that can be overcome using agile models. First, we'll understand waterfall model, then we'll understand the problems of the waterfall model, then we'll understand agile model, how exactly agile model is better than waterfall. Agile model is definitely better than waterfall model. How exactly agile model is better than waterfall model? Let's have a discussion about this. Once we complete this, then we again go back to DevOps. Waterfall model. This is how a waterfall model looks like. Step-by-step approach of building a particular project or a product is a waterfall model. On a high level, I want to discuss about the waterfall model. No matter whether it is a waterfall model or agile model or a spiral model, I said there are different models. The first step in each model is requirements. There will be regular meetings between the client and the IT company to clearly understand exactly what they require. First stage is a requirement stage. Understanding the requirements is very critical. So if the IT companies understand the requirements wrongly, then finally we end up delivering the wrong project, which will be very difficult. So the first stage is a requirements phase, where in which there will be regular meetings between the client and the IT company, and they clearly understand the requirements. Isn't it? ICICI Bank will have a lot of requirements. There is a requirement for savings account, how exactly the savings module will work, current module, current account. There are different accounts, right? The first stage, as usual, is a requirements stage. Fine. The second stage, once the requirements are gathered, okay, so we have understood the client requirements, we need to analyze it. What happens in the analysis stage? In the analysis stage, technology components are decided. What do you mean by technology components? Should we develop using Java? I'm talking about the second stage called analysis. In the analysis stage, the technology components will be decided. What do you mean by technology components? Should we develop the project using Java? Or should we develop the project using .NET? Or should we develop the project using Python? Technology components will be decided based on the nature of the project. Okay, coming to backend, the application, fine, we should also have a backend. Should we use Oracle database as a backend? Should we use a SQL Server? Should we use MySQL? Coming to middle tier, should we use WebLogic as an application server? Should we use WebSphere? So should we use Apache? So these kind of technology components will be decided in the analysis part. First stage is requirements, analysis, analyzing the technology components. Next thing is designing the project. What do you mean by designing the project? The complete project is broken up into modules. The complete project is divided into modules. Savings account, one module. Current account, one module. Okay. Customer care, one module. Loans, one module. NRI banking, one module. The complete project is divided into modules, broken up into modules, and the data flow charts, the user interfaces will be designed. How exactly workflow should happen. So that's the part of design. You're right, Venkat. Break up into modules. The complete project is divided into modules. Once the project is divided into modules, And then once the data diagram flow charts is done, then comes the next stage called as a coding stage. Okay, then as from the documents from the design team, coding is nothing but the programmers comes into picture. So programmers will develop the web interfaces. What should happen when a button is pressed? How exactly the next page should be delivered? What code should be executed? What should be the backend tables? How exactly the complete coding part. Here comes the need for a programmers or developers comes into this particular stage. Here is the role of a developer or a programmer. After completing the design, coding will start. Okay, so the coding, let's say a group of developers. If it is a Java project, group of Java developers. If it is a Python project, group of Python developers. Irrespective of the technology, developers comes into action that they develop the project, develop this code. Once the code is developed, obviously testing team comes into picture. They test the code whether it is correctly working or not, but with different kinds of inputs and test cases. Testing is done. Assuming testing is done. Let's say testing is clear, testing is satisfied. The code is behaving, the project is behaving as per the requirements. Once the coding is completed, perfect. Acceptance is nothing but client will accept the product, we deliver it to the client. This step-by-step approach is called as a waterfall model. In this phase is the way the product is developed and delivered to the client. One of the oldest model and the first model in SDLC. Okay, more than 20. Not currently, IT industries, software companies are not using waterfall model. Maybe 20 years back, as I told you, one of the oldest model in software development lifecycle, the first model is waterfall model. There are many projects who are successfully developed and delivered using this waterfall model. Okay, so this is on high level of waterfall model looks like. Okay, any questions in understanding the waterfall model on a high level? Very simple and straightforward. Clear? Any questions, Venkat? Is this clear? Nitin? Arti? Any questions?
No, sir, no.
Thank you.
No, sir.
Thank you. Rohan? Thank you. Thank you very much. On a high level, this is the way the product is delivered to the client. Okay. Now, the waterfall model is suffering some disadvantages. The waterfall model is suffering with some disadvantages. Can anybody guess? Can anybody speak out the disadvantages of the waterfall model? Have you heard anywhere? Have you read anywhere the problem with the waterfall?
Resource will be ideal. Take the example,
Resources will be
during
ideal.
the requirement time, developer has to be ideal. Till the development complete, testing has to be ideal.
Perfect. One team will wait for the other team to complete their job. Waiting time. There's a dependency.
Wait period is more.
You are right. Okay. So let's have a quick discussion about the disadvantages of the waterfall model. What exactly? Why as I told you in the beginning, waterfall model is not used in the current industry. Why? Because it is having some disadvantages. It has suited, maybe 20 years back it is suiting, but now in the current trend, waterfall model is not used. So let's try to understand the problems with the waterfall model. Requirements, analysis, am I right? Design, code, test, deliver. Perfect. As I said, I'll give you a simple example. As I said, in the coding phase, programmers comes into picture. They develop the code as per the requirements. Okay. The project manager estimates that they need 30 developers. How many developers are required to complete the project? 30 developers. And the coding time, they need 6 months to complete the coding part. Every project needs to have estimates. There should be estimates for every stage. The project manager has given an estimate that they need how many resources, 30 developers required, and all the developers should work for 6 months period to complete the coding phase. Fine. Got it? This is the estimate given by the project manager. Fine. Assuming test manager, assuming in the testing team there are 10 employees. How many employees are there as a testers? 10 employees are working as a testers. What should these 10 resources should do for a period of 6 months? When the testing should start? Testing should start only after completing the coding stage. And what is the time taken to complete the coding stage? 6 months is the time taken to complete the coding stage. So this 10 testers will be waiting for the 10 testers will be waiting for 6 months to complete the coding so that they can start testing. Design team says that we need 1 month of time to complete the design. For this 1 month, how many developers are waiting for 1 month? 30 developers are waiting for 1 month to complete the design team. Analysis team, they said they need 1 month to complete the analysis. So look at the name, the waterfall model. Waterfall should fall from top to bottom, and there's no concept of going back. Requirements will take 1 month. Look at this. Requirements will take 1 month. Analysis will take 1 month. Design will take 1 month. So total 3 months. 30 developers are waiting for 3 months to complete the project so that they can start testing. So one resource will wait for the other resource to complete their job. It's a dependency. When there is a dependency, when there is a waiting time, so what happens finally? Delay. Finally, what happens? Finally, the problem is delay in the software development process. We will delay in the delivery. When there is a delay, obviously the project cost increases. Infrastructure cost increases. We need to pay more number of salaries. The complete project will estimate will increase. This is the problem with the waterfall model. It's a delay. One resource will be waiting for other resource to complete their job. I'll give one more scenario. Coding team has invested 6 months to complete the coding part. After 6 months, testing team will come into picture. They have tested. Test manager says that we need 10 testers and we need 2 months to complete the testing. Okay, coding has been completed, testing has been started, 2 months they have tested, and then they finally gave a report saying that 60% of the code is working as per the requirements. 40% is having some errors, not satisfying the client requirements. This is the report given by the testing team. Again, this particular 40% of code needs to be fixed by the testing team, the development team, isn't it? Again, they need some extra 2 months to complete that 40% of issues, isn't it? So this kind of waiting time, again, the testers will wait for the 2 months to test that 40% of the code. So this one developer or one team will wait for other team to complete their job. When there is a waiting time, there's a delay in the software project. When there's a delay, the project cost increases, and we may not meet the client deadlines. These are the disadvantages of waterfall model. There's one more. This is the first disadvantage, delay. Delay is the first disadvantage. Second disadvantage. This waterfall model does not suitable for clients who are changing the requirements regularly. In the waterfall model, let's say client has taken the requirements on day 1, January 1st. After 4 months or 6 months, client should not give the new requirements. Requirements are freezed. Waterfall model does not encourage the clients to give the new requirements. On day 1, let's say January 1st, the requirements is freezed. Let's say after 6 months, client should not give new requirements. Because as per the freezed requirements, the design is done, analysis is done, coding is done. When the client gives a new requirement, that will not be implemented. Maybe that will be implemented in version 2. But in the current industry, business is dynamic. You cannot stop the customer not to give the new requirements, is it? I'll give a simple example. Previously, we don't have GPay, PhonePe, UPI payments, is it? Now client wants to integrate that UPI payments to their banking. In this waterfall model, once the requirements is done, at the point of requirements, there was no UPI concept. Now after that, we have a UPI concept. Now this will not be suited. So these are the problems with the waterfall model. Let's move to next slide. Disadvantages of the waterfall model. It's difficult to estimate the time, cost of each phase in the development process. Once an application is testing, it's very difficult to go back and change something. There's no concept of going back. That's why it's waterfall. Why they have named it as waterfall? Meaningful name. Water will fall down. There is no concept of water going back. It's not good for complex and object-oriented projects, and it's not suitable for projects where the requirements are moderate to high risk of changing. Estimating time is difficult. You cannot estimate the project delivery time because of these dependencies. Because of these problems, because of delay in the software development process, and then if the clients are not suitable for clients to give the new requirements, waterfall model is suffering from disadvantages. Later on, there was a next model called as agile model. The other way of software development process, that's called as an agile model. How agile model is worked? How do we deliver the same project in a more better way, in a faster way? That's called as an agile model. So let's have a discussion about the agile model, and then we can have a question and answer sessions. Look at the important terms. Agile model is important for DevOps engineer. There are questions for the agile models. You'll get it in the interviews also. It's called as an incremental model. Agile model is called as an incremental model, where software is developed in incremented and rapid cycles. Look at the terms. Try to understand. This results in small incremental releases, each release building on previous functionality. Each release is thoroughly tested, ensure that the quality is maintained. Agile software development method emphasizes on iterative. Look at the terms: iterative, incremental, evolutionary development. Okay, you may have a question. So what is iterative? Sunil, what do you mean by software is developed in incremental process? Let's try to understand agile model with an example. As I told you in the beginning, the ICICI Bank is a client, needs this kind of internet-based application. Am I right? They need personal banking, privileged banking, wealth banking, private banking, NRI banking, corporate banking. So fine, this is the client requirement. I'll explain how exactly waterfall model deals with this product, and how exactly what agile model is dealt. In case of waterfall model, what is the first stage? Requirements. Waterfall model, the first stage is requirements. In the requirements phase or a requirement stage, waterfall model takes the requirement of personal banking, takes the requirements of privileged banking, takes the requirements of wealth banking, takes the requirements of private banking. If there are 10 modules, it takes the requirements of all the 10 modules at once, at one shot. Did you understand? In case of waterfall model, as you know, the first stage is requirements. Yes, requirements team will have a regular meeting with the client, and they take the requirements of each and every department, each and every module. If there are 10 modules, okay, requirements is gathered all at one shot. All the requirements will be taken. After requirements, okay, they analyze the technology components, the design. Next, design team comes into picture. What the design team will do in case of waterfall model? They design the functionality of personal banking. They design the privileged banking, design the wealth banking, design the private banking, design the NRI banking, design the business banking. Every module is designed. Then you can say design is completed. First, requirements analysis. They design all the modules. If there are 10 modules, they design all the 10 modules. That design is done. What's after design? What's the next happen? What's the next stage? Coding. Developers comes into picture from the workbench. Developers will start developing the personal banking. So personal banking team, privileged banking team, wealth banking team, private banking. So development team will complete the development of all the modules. They complete the development of all the modules at once. Then testing team will jump into action. They test all the modules and then they deliver it. This is how a waterfall model looks like. Whereas in agile model, the way the software is developed is different completely. In case of agile model, software is developed in incremental cycles. So first example, I'll tell you. Requirements team will take the requirements of only one module, personal banking. That's it. Try to understand the difference. The requirements team will work on personal banking. They take the requirements of personal banking. Okay. Okay. Technology components is all at one go. Analysis is fine. Design team. Once the requirements team is taken, the requirements that after requirements, the analysis is done. Design team will design the personal banking module. When design team is busy with personal banking, requirements team will be busy with taking the requirements of other module. Look at the parallel approach. Requirements will be busy. Requirement team will be busy taking the requirements of privilege banking, but the design team will be busy designing the personal banking. Let's say requirements is done with the privilege banking. Again, requirements team will take the requirements of wealth banking. So look at the parallel approach. Team 1 requirements busy with the wealth banking. Design team will be busy designing the privilege banking. Development team will start development of personal banking. Parallel execution. Parallel execution. There's no waiting time. Try to understand. Now look at this. Once the requirements is taken from the wealth banking, what the requirements team will do, they go to private banking. Requirements team will be busy with taking the requirements of private banking. Design team will be designing the wealth banking. Coding team will be working on privilege banking. Testing team will be testing the personal banking. Are you understanding? Are you seeing the personal? Are you seeing this iterative approach? There's no waiting time. Got it? Now look at this. Let's say requirements will take the requirements of NRO banking. Design team will be designing the private banking. Development team will be developing for code for the wealth banking. Testing team will be testing privilege banking. By the time personal banking will be delivered to the client, at least client is happy. One module is delivered. They can do end user testing. Are you understanding the way how exactly agile model works and how it is completely different from the waterfall model? Remove the dependencies and the rapid development process. Isn't it? That's how it's software is developed in rapid cycles. At least client is happy. One module is delivered. Rather than keeping on the client will not ask to deliver all the modules at once. If you deliver one module, okay, at least they'll be using end user testing before going into live. Got it? So this is the way the agile model is working. Iterative, incremental. And client is encouraged to give the requirements. When they give the requirements, anyways, requirement team will take the requirements of only one module, that particular requirements of version 2. And again, the continue. Again, they take the requirements of privilege banking if there are. And again, design team will design the new requirements. Coding will be again working on the coding because it's all rapid cycles. Your client is encouraged to give the new requirements. As I told you, version 2 can be encouraged. Clear exactly how exactly agile model works? Any questions, please? Am I clear, Virendra, Visheshika, Jagat? Any questions?
Sunil, a quick question.
Yes, Venkat.
So here we can add extra features in middle, right? In agile model.
That's what when client gives us the new requirements. Okay. The
Okay.
requirements team again take up the new requirements. That new requirements is considered again that the design team will work into new requirements, and then that will be added to the existing project and it is delivered.
Okay.
It's
Okay.
possible.
Gotcha. Okay. Got it.
Venkat, in right now in the especially in civil engineering, the way the building is constructed, high-rise towers build constructed, is the approach is completely different, isn't it?
Yes. Yes. That is different. Yes, that is different.
If you want to have build a high-rise gated community of 20 towers and each tower is 20 floors, the way it is built is completely different, isn't it?
Yes. Yes. Yes.
Are you understanding?
Yes. Yeah, I got
Construction.
it. I got it.
So something similar to it. There's no dependence. Every resource will be busy with their job.
Okay.
Parallel execution, delivery. One tower will deliver it. Meanwhile, second tower will deliver it. Isn't it, Venkat? Understand?
Yeah, I got it. I got it.
That's how the software agile model has given a tremendous movement to IT industries. So nobody is right now using waterfall model because of the disadvantages, and then you can deliver the software at more better way and more speeder approach. Clients is happy, and IT team is also happy. So everything is happy. So the agile model is currently the most successful model right now. It's introduced more than 20 years back, but still it is right now the leading model in the SDLC is agile model. Clear about this? Now coming to our technology called DevOps. How is DevOps related to this kind of software development lifecycle? So what is the role of DevOps in the IT industry? Let's move ahead. Now, in case of waterfall model, if assuming the project needs 3 years time to deliver it, in case of waterfall model, same project using agile model, same project you can deliver it in just 1 year. You can deliver it in just 1 year, same project. So more than 50% more, 70%, you can speed up the software development process. Right now the current trend is client gives the requirements today. They want the project to be delivered in just 4 months. Clients are not ready to wait for not even 1 year. In the current industry, even agile model is considered as delay. No, clients don't want to wait for 1 year. Maximum 4 months. We want the product to be delivered. In such a faster way, clients are expecting the products to be delivered. They're not waiting for years long. Okay, when compared to waterfall model, agile model is speed. Right now, even agile model is not sufficient to catch up the speed. We want much more better way, more faster way of software development process. So even though out of Fortune 500 companies, 50 IT companies has done a research work for 5 years just to understand the delay. They have done a research work for a period of 5 years just to understand the reason for delay in the software. No matter you are using waterfall is anyways lost. Agile model, spiral model, V model, they have done a research work. What could be the reason for the delay in the software development process? They have done a research work for 5 years, and then they come up with one simple statement. Look at this: the delay in the software development process, even though you're using agile model or some XYZ model, the reason for the delay, no matter any model what you use, is the gap between development team and operations team. This is a single statement. This is a single statement, the primary statement after doing research for 5 years. Gap between development team and operations team is causing the delay. Okay, what do you mean by gap? What does that mean between gap between development team and operations team? To understand this statement, first we should understand what is development team and operations team. If you know what is development team and what is operations team, you understand that you can clearly understand what do you mean by gap between development team and operations team. We all know what do you mean by development team. Development team is easy to visualize. Development team is nothing but group of developers. If it is a Java project, group of Java developers becomes the development team. There is nothing special, nothing new. If it is a Python project, group of Python developers, the development team. Development team is very easy to understand. They start developing the code. The programmers, fine. What do you mean by operations team? Marcel, what is operations team? What are the day-to-day responsibilities of operations team? Let's try to understand. Look at this. Please have a look at it. Assume there's a small IT company, a small software development company. A small software development company is having 100 employees. Isn't it? There are few small companies who have 100 employees. There are companies who are having just 50 employees also. As you visualize a small software development company of 100 employees. This is very important. Try to understand. If a company is having 100 employees, right from first employee to last employee, do you think everybody is a developer? Right from first employee to last employee, do you think everybody is a developer? Everybody is a programmer, everybody will develop the code? No, that's not the case. Please don't think that everybody who goes to a IT industry, everybody is a developer, everybody is a programmer. No, that's not the case. Do not think that every employee in the IT field is a developer, especially who are having no experience. We all, the majority are all having IT experience. Okay, we can understand. But people who are having no experience, they think that everybody is a developer. Not the case. In a group of 100 employees, in a company of 100 employees, maybe okay, 50 employees are developers. The remaining 50 employees are not developers. They are not developers, but they are important. Don't think that only developers is having higher importance in the IT company and people who are not developers are not important. No, the group of other people who are not developers. So developers, okay, I understand development responsibilities, developing the code, that's fine. What about the other 50 employees? What do they do? What are their day-to-day responsibilities? If they are not developers, then what they are? What are their day-to-day operations? Why are they getting recruited? Okay. Those 50 people who are not developers comes into operations team. Development team, pure developers. Resources who are not developers, but they are critical. Without this team, development team cannot progress at all within not even one day. That's how a strong dependency between development team and operations team. So what are those 50 employees who are not developers and what are their day-to-day responsibilities? Let's have a discussion. Installation of server hardwares, installations of operating systems. We know servers, isn't it? We have development servers, test servers, production servers. It is whose responsibility to install servers? Do you think Java developers will install servers and hardware, configure firewalls, configuring operating systems, configuring the storage? Do you think the developers will do it? No, never. Then who will be doing? There will be one person who will be doing it. Group of people who will be doing it. Those are operations team. Monitoring servers should run 24/7. Suddenly server behaves slow. Who will be monitoring it? Who will be identifying the reasons for the delay? How exactly why the server is behaving slow? There should be one person there will be few people who will be monitoring the servers. Responding to outage, the server is down. Do you think Java developers will respond to that activity? No. Who will be doing that? Operations team. Who will be providing firewall security packages? I think one part is from HSBC Bank. So you'll be maintaining a special additional security packages. Am I right? Who is it? Aarti? Is it Aarti? Or Aarti? I think you're from
Yes,
HDFC
sir.
Bank, right? So
Yes,
you have some
yes.
special security package installed on your server. Am I right?
Yes, sir. I'm part of this desktop
Yeah.
and with the server.
Obviously. So there will be one person who will be, the team who will be doing that.
Yes, sir.
Version controlling. Change control. Backup, disaster recovery. Aarti, you'll have a disaster recovery site, isn't it? In case if the production is
Yes, sir.
down. Yes.
Yes, sir.
Synchronizing. Because of a natural disaster, if the complete data center is lost, do you think our banking data is lost? No. It's a disaster recovery site. Right? There are group of people. These are who will be doing all this. These are group of people who are not developers, but they're very critical. Without this activities, development team not even can do a progress for not even one day. This set of group of people who are not developers, but they're very critical, called as operations team on a high level. Again, operations team you can divide as per the skill sets: database administrators, network administrators. So that's different. On a high level, these are non-developers are called as operations team. Try to understand that. Now, coming to the statement, look at this. Now, as we know, understanding between the development team and operations team, delay. The reason, no matter you're using agile model or ABC model or XYZ model, there is a delay because there is a gap between development team and operations team. That's how this concept has derived, DevOps. The term DevOps is derived from two words. Dev stands for development team, Ops stands for operations team. You may have a question. Okay, Sunil, you said We understood what is development team and what is operations team. What do you mean by gap? So what is the meaning of the statement gap? Development team, we understood developers. Operations team, okay, we understood the responsibilities. What do you mean by gap? Can you, let's have some small scenario. What do you mean by gap? Now, look at this. The project manager for the project development, they are using SQL Server database as a backend. For the project development or product development, they are using a backend as SQL Server. Now, the project manager wants to experience how exactly the application is behaving instead of SQL Server, they use Oracle database. The database tier, instead of SQL Server, they want to use Oracle. So it is whose responsibility to provide Oracle database server? Do you know Oracle? There is an Oracle DBA. There's a people called Oracle database administrators. It is their responsibility to provide the Oracle servers. So what happily project manager will do? Project manager will shoot an email to whom? Obviously to the operations team, because it's not the developer's responsibility to provide the Oracle server. The project manager sends an email to operations team saying that we need Oracle database 10G or 11G, okay, 11G for our development purpose. Could you please provide it by tomorrow? This is the mail sent by development team to the operations team. Operations team should respond, right? These kind of scenarios happens. Operations team will respond saying that we don't have infrastructure ready. So if you want to provide Oracle database server, you need to have a server of some 128 GB RAM and a high-speed server should be there. Then we install Oracle database that suits your development team. So suddenly we cannot provide Oracle server in just 24 hours. You have to wait. Development team will wait for the infrastructure. The operations team should take the infrastructure, should install the required software and give it to the development team. Infrastructure may not be available. All the infrastructure is full. You have to wait. Don't give us ad hoc requirements. This will be responsive from the operations team. Or operations team will reply saying that we don't have Oracle DBA. Sorry, boss. We can provide MongoDB. So this either the resources are not available, the infrastructure is not available, or the skilled resources are not available. So finally, what is happening? There's a delay. You have to wait for 1 week time to provide the infrastructure. This will be one small scenario. Development team waiting required for some infrastructure. The operations team is not able to give the infrastructure. Reason could be the skill set problem. Reason could be infrastructure availability. Whatever the reason is, there is a gap between development team and operations team. What is finally happening? Finally, is delaying in the software development process. Am I clear? I just want to give a scenario. One scenario of reason for the delay in the gap between development team and operations team. Here comes the need for a DevOps team. Now, what is our responsibility? We are DevOps engineers. Traditionally, there are two teams in software company: development team and operations team. Now there will be three teams: development team, DevOps team, and operations team. Whenever there's a delay because of gap between development team and operations team, as a DevOps engineer, you should jump into action. You will be coordinating the development team and operations team so that you will speed up the delivery process. DevOps and its importance. DevOps is a methodology, right? It's a methodology. It's not a technology, it's a methodology. What that methodology, it will promote the development team and the operations team. It coordinates the development in this allows deploying of code into production in an automated way. It helps in enable development of projects. Got it? Clear? DevOps is a methodology, and this methodology can be implemented by using tools. Theoretical concept is DevOps, and DevOps is implemented technically using tools. Git, Maven, Jenkins, Kubernetes, Ansible, Docker. These are the tools. There are many tools. There are 30 tools in DevOps approximately. DevOps is a methodology. So as a DevOps team, you will be coordinating as a DevOps engineer, you'll be coordinating development team and operations team, which helps in speeding up the development process. Clear? Any questions, please? Is it meaningful? Are you able to understand? Any questions? Anirudh? Am I clear? Thank you. Thank you. Okay. Course content. So I hope you understood the importance of DevOps. So companies try to understand this statement. IT companies who are implementing DevOps methodology in SDLC cycle. It's not compulsory that every company should implement DevOps, but if they implement DevOps, there will be 3 teams: development team, DevOps team, and operations team. Okay. Okay. So many companies are implementing DevOps. Look at this Google. In our participants also, many are implementing DevOps in their current companies, isn't it? DevOps trends 2020. Look at this. Automation will be a major focus. The term automation, the tool behind automation is DevOps. End-to-end lifecycle management. Search in Google. So DevOps. Many companies are day by day implementing DevOps in their software development cycles to speed up their process. My company has fully embraced DevOps. So day by day, DevOps is becoming more. Many companies are implementing DevOps in their software development lifecycle. And look at the DevOps business is trending technology now. Please read this. Now you have understood now. So there's some graph where I have seen somewhere website. So the next 2-3 years, all important companies, all major clients as well as minor client, all IT industries, within next 3 years, every IT industry will implement DevOps in their software development. Okay, every project will have a DevOps implemented, methodology is implemented. Okay, and course content. Okay, we have an introduction to DevOps. The prerequisite. What's the prerequisite to learn DevOps? Is Linux commands. Okay, you don't need to learn Linux administration in depth. Basic Linux commands, because we'll be configuring the tools, we'll be using the tools, we will be using Linux commands as part of the DevOps tools. So we will be comfortable. We should be comfortable with basics of Linux. We'll be covering the basics of Linux part. Next, then we start with Git, version controlling tool, Maven, build tool to build an artifact, Jenkins, CI/CD tool. We'll be learning how to perform the complete CI/CD cycle. Docker, infrastructure provisioning tool, containerization tool, Kubernetes, container orchestration tool, Ansible, configuration management tool, Nagios monitoring tool. These are the tools which are covered as part of a course. Okay, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. There are 22, not 20, there are 30 tools. Not all the tools are used by all the companies. There are popular tools which are in the market. Okay, so I have picked up all these popular tools I have made and grouped it as a package, grouped it as a course.
Are you covering Terraform?
No, Terraform is not covered. Okay.
Hi Sunil, I have one question.
1 minute. I have 2 minutes to speak, and then we'll have a question. Okay. Next point. The title is DevOps with AWS, isn't it? That's the course title which we have designed. How much AWS topics are covered in the DevOps course? Is it AWS covered or not? Okay. So this will be one of the frequently asked questions. AWS is covered to an extent which is required for the DevOps engineer. Okay, DevOps engineer needs to know mainly on EC2. He needs to also work with S3 buckets. and then he also needs to know monitoring tool. Okay, so 20 to 25% of the AWS topics are covered in the DevOps course, not full-fledged AWS. If you're looking for full-fledged AWS course, this is DevOps. All these tools, one point, all these tools we can learn it on our Windows environment. We can install Jenkins on our laptop, we can install Docker on our laptop, Ansible, we can do it. But all these tools we'll be doing on AWS environment. Every example we'll do it on AWS environment. We'll be creating EC2 machines and everything we'll be doing it on AWS environment. As this is DevOps tools, DevOps course provided on AWS environment. This course is titled as DevOps with the AWS. 20 to 25% of AWS knowledge you'll get it, only which is required for a DevOps point of view. Okay, so that is covered as part of the training. Yes, now your questions, please.
Are we covering all Linux commands here?
The basics of Linux, not all Linux commands. Whatever the Linux commands which are required for a DevOps engineer, that part will be covering.
And what about that shell scripting part? Are you covering in these things in GitHub or any separate section will be there?
No. Shell scripting is not covered in this course. Okay. Yes, Venkat.
AWS is for the practice, right? Only for the practice.
Yes, yes, Jadhav, please repeat your question.
Yes, AWS is for the practice space. Means we can create our EC2 instances and configure our Linux
exactly.
in
we can configure all this Linux commands, and we can configure all these tools on AWS platform. What I can do, in case if you want to learn more,
providing any practice space.
If you want to learn more about AWS, I have my notes as well as I have my videos. I don't mind, I can share it to you. Okay, you can learn AWS by those. Okay.
Okay.
Sunil, one quick question. Yes, somewhere I have read in a documentation that there is a code analysis tool
in AWS.
Will be we will be integrating to Jenkins for code analysis. Like it's like a scanner, sonar scanner, something. Are you covering that?
Cube.
Yeah, sonar cube. Yes, exactly.
No, it is not covered. Okay.
Okay.
So only the tools which we have freeze now here, whatever you are seeing, this will be perfectly covered as part of the course. Okay. And the rest of the tools are optional. If you want, you can learn by yourself. But these are the minimum required and the right topics which every DevOps engineer needs to know it. Okay. Okay. So,
Sunil, I have a question.
Yes, Ramya.
In Jenkins, do we cover pipeline group?
Yes, we also cover pipeline.
And what about the end project? It will be a huge live project.
At the end, we'll be integrating all these tools, and I'll provide you a project lifecycle scenario how exactly DevOps will be used.
Okay.
Please ignore the timings. The timings, as usual, today we have started at 9 o'clock. So session duration is approximately 9 to 10 or 10:15. Every session is recorded. After the session, you will get the recorded session, as well as if I'm using any slides or if I'm using any notes, you'll be receiving the notes through an email also. The recording of the class and mails are also, notes is also sent to you. Okay. Any more questions, Anirudh, Manoj? I hope you have enjoyed this session. I hope this has given some knowledge to you. So tomorrow's session. So the continuation of this session is tomorrow, same time at 9 o'clock. We will be learning Linux, as I said, starting with Linux. And Linux, obviously, will not install Linux on a personal laptop. So we'll create a Linux machine on AWS, and we'll be also having exposure. People who are not having exposure to AWS, tomorrow you'll have an exposure towards AWS, because we'll be creating Linux machine and we'll be learning how can we connect to the Linux machine on AWS platform. So that's our plan for our tomorrow session. Okay. Thank you.
And one more question.
Yes.
What will be the course duration?
45 days approximately.
Is it included that weekends also, or
45 working days?
Sorry?
45 working days.
Okay.
Okay.
Sunil, one more query.
Yes.
Do we get any interview questions?
Yes. interview questions, what kind of frequently asked questions, and what should be the roles and responsibilities we need to put it in your resume. All these guidelines will be provided from here.
So resume preparation will also be helpful.
Yes, yes. What should be the roles and responsibilities? What kind of projects we need to place in resume? I'll guide you. Okay. So I'm doing this since many years, so you'll get the complete inputs from my side. Okay. Okay. So thank you all. I hope you have enjoyed the session. Welcome tomorrow also. So tomorrow we'll all start with Linux. Okay. Thank you all. Have a nice time. Bye everybody. Bye Ramya. Bye Venkat. Bye Aarti. Bye.
Bye bye.
Bye Manandal.
See you, man.